It's the Deep for the Week talk show. Are you ready to talk? Let's get deep for the week. Hello, and thanks for joining us on the Deep for the Week show. I am your host, Kali. And again, before we get started today, you know what I always ask y'all to do? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But guess what? We are doing a crossover show today.
Woo! I'm so excited. Hey, you guys, it's your girl, Miss Mouthy. What's up, lips? If it is your first time tuning in to Miss Mouthy Podcast, this is the podcast that centers the narratives and experience of trans and non-binary folks and the allies that love and support us. And if you are a new set of lips, thank you for tuning in. I'm so excited for this crossover. Let's get it.
Let's go, girl. And we are just meeting today. So this is a freestyle. This is like,
Yeah.
And I love that sometimes we need to be spontaneous and,
Yes.
Show y'all our true selves and be transparent. So
That
I
part.
love it. So I like to get to know new people. So today we are getting to know each other on the show today, right in front of you guys. And you guys can get to know a little bit more about us too. Our viewers can get to know a little bit about me.
Yes.
And there's some of my viewers that are, they would love to know more about me as well. So, let's go, you guys. So I am Kali. I've been here in Detroit for about I'm losing track now. It's been like 8 years now, I think.
Okay.
I've been saying 5 7, but it's getting more to it, like 8 9. And I'm from California.
Oh, nice, nice.
So I'm branded with the name Kali because that is my real name, and then I'm here from Cali. So I love it. It's cute. It works.
Period.
And so I've been here finding myself, and I have definitely found myself here in Detroit. You guys are so loving here, like so supportive. I love the D. What up, though,
Okay,
Detroit?
period.
You guys are so transparent. You definitely know what you're getting here, and I like that because that's how I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So here I've like all my everything that's artistic about me has come like just flourished here.
Yeah.
I've
I love that because like people don't know, but Detroit is like an art renaissance. If you come here, there is literally a melting pot of everything here, from the people who do graffiti to actual like print and modeling and all the things. So if you come here and you have a creative bone in your body, you'll flourish here.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna be
Yeah.
always in awe. Like even the theaters, like, I took my daughter to the Fox Theater for the first when I went the first
Yeah.
time. It was for Sesame Street show.
I love Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Childhood favorite. Yeah.
And I thought I was gonna be bored because I'm like, oh god, but I'm just sitting there in awe. It's so beautiful here. Everything, all the architecture.
The architect, yeah. For sure. So a little bit about me: born and raised from Detroit, Detroit native, activist, podcaster. One of the biggest honors that I had got last year was that I won a Detroit Spirit of Detroit award, and it's like one of those ones that only kind of pick certain people who really relish in the city. And so I was really honored that like how little old me get that, but like I wear it with great honor because I love my city. And like I'm glad now that people are hip to what I always knew. Sometimes they see your city and it really is a reflection of the people. Like we went through our bankruptcy, we've had history even through slavery with the Black Bottom, but like Detroit is so resilient in a way that like no matter what you throw at us or the people from Detroit, they will thrive. They will be okay, and our city will come back stronger and better than ever. So it's good to see the people having opportunity for employment, coming in here, giving us the respect that we deserve, but also breaking the stereotype that we're just like this angry, dangerous city that you can't survive in. So, I've been doing podcasting for a little over 4 years. It'll be 5 in February. Pandemic kind of set me up to where I was like, you know what? I want to do something different. And I went all in, and this is where we're at now. But I'm just so passionate to talk about my city and Blackness and entrepreneurship. And so, whenever I can get an opportunity to meet new people and collaborate and see how we can strengthen each other, I'm always here for it.
Yes. And congratulations on your award.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Thank
That's
you.
great. I love to hear stuff like that.
Thank you. And people always tell me like, I could see you being in Cali, and I'm like, really? Like they be like, if you go there, I think you will be really okay. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm just scared of the like natural disasters of what happens when it be there.
Please do be, because that's one of the things. Like they're having earthquakes 2, 3 a day right now.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends are still, on Facebook. And so I see them posting. I'm like, another
Yeah.
damn. And with
Yeah.
me, my anxiety does not play with.
Same. Same. Like it'd be like, oh, life and death. We're like, oh my god, I can't survive.
Girl, I can't use the bathroom, take a shower. It's like I'm over here thinking like I'm gonna be on the toilet and
It just start shaking. Yeah.
so I'll just be like, oh my god.
Okay, so what is your zodiac sign?
I'm a Virgo.
Okay, period. Very structured, very certain type of. Okay, let's
Yes, too
help you.
very.
Yeah, no, no, that's good. No, I get along with Virgos. I'm a Gemini.
Okay.
Yeah, so whatever that may will, depending on people love for it. But I'm a May Gemini, so we're a little more sweeter than our June
Yeah, yeah,
counterpart.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
y'all are.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so I'm an '80s baby. What are you?
Yeah, yeah, same. 80s
Okay.
baby. I think growing up in the 90s was just so nostalgic and a time that like I be wanting to relive all the time. Like, damn, why couldn't I be grown in the 90s? Because it was a time. It
Yes,
was
we
such a
thought we
time.
was grown,
Yeah,
with the
that part.
songs and the groups,
Mhm.
Immature, Moesha, all the. I mean, we
We
really
had
had
it.
it.
The
Yes,
original Power Rangers,
all of
like come
that.
on, The
The
Simpsons,
good
like
cartoons.
yeah.
Oh my God, Ducktales and
Yeah, all the good stuff. So
yeah.
what got you into podcasting?
I okay, so originally, and I'm still going to do that. I just kind of put it off for a while because it was a
Mhm.
little overwhelming with not having help.
Yeah.
But originally, okay, so I'm a stripper.
Hey, I love a good dancer. Okay, period.
And so I started off with doing a reality show
Okay.
documenting me and my friends that have been stripping for a while transitioning out of it.
Yes, yes, okay.
And so we still are kind of do that, but we just like had a lot of things. Life happens in a
Mhm,
lot of
mhm,
people's life, and so in the meantime, I started doing this,
mhm.
and I just have a lot to say, and I do talk a lot on my social media. And
Yeah,
people are always like, you should do a podcast, and I'm like, okay, you know what, let's do it.
yeah,
And a lot of people have invited me on theirs, and I'm like, let me just
yeah.
do my
See what
own.
it yeah. Because for me, it was one of those things that be I've seen so many creatives come together and try to like start it from the ground up, but creative differences, people expectations, and I was like, let if I'm gonna fail, let me fail by myself first, and then get that reinforcement if I need it from someone else. And then I only wanted to be solely responsible if my shit crashed and burned. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly. And be in
yeah,
control of your topics and your narrative and stuff
mm-hmm,
like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So I decided to do that, and I'm gonna combine the two.
yeah,
And then there's just so much going on, and like when I was thinking about doing the podcast, I was like, I don't have that much
yeah,
of an audience.
mm-hmm,
At the time, I started off with like what 2.5K
yeah.
followers.
That's good.
It, no.
Dog, that is so
It's
good.
like, they're all people I knew. So I'm like,
Yeah,
they already know my story. They already know how, I wanted a newer audience, a
yeah,
more broader audience.
yeah.
And it was crazy. In 2 months, I went from 2.5 to 65K.
That is so
And it
good.
just was like, what?
Where that
Okay.
bell at?
Okay.
Okay,
Ding, ding, ding.
ding, ding.
And I was like, well, maybe I am supposed to do something,
Yeah,
because now I have the audience. And, I'm not talking to myself,
yeah,
so that encouraged me a little more because I followed a little couple steps on how to grow your audience, and then I was like, once I grow my audience, I'll do it, and then
yeah,
it grew like that. And I believe in karma,
yeah.
the
That
energy speaking.
reassurance.
Yes, so I
Yeah.
was like, okay, you ain't playing with me, I'm gonna
This
do
is
it.
where you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things. One, I had to be real about my expectation because when people see you step out on something that they can't do or they can't see the vision, um, you can't let those numbers deter you. And I'm so grateful that I was like, if I just get 5 people to listen to my podcast, I'm gonna be happy. And that was the thing that literally helped me. But when creatively, you do get blocks and life do be life. And so in the moments where I had to take a pause and reassess, those confirmations I would get would be like, where's that girl who was talking about blah 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 blah? Or it will reach outside of my hometown. So like you'll be thinking if you don't see it within your own backyard and your social circle, then you're not bussing. But then
Mm-hmm.
here you go in Atlanta, people is like loving you, or you go to DC, people know your name, and it's just like, oh, okay. Y'all just don't want to show me love here because it's that
Mm.
crab in the bucket mentality. But
Mm-hmm.
when you search outside of it, it's bigger than you.
Mm-hmm. And I was talking to somebody about that the other day because my hometown is like LA has a lot of small towns inside of it.
Mhm.
So like I come from a town where everybody knows everybody and they look for the validation from each other. They even have their own like Grammys or whatever they call that shit.
Same here. The little like city. Yeah.
Oh my god. And you
Girl.
can it's so cliquish because it's like when you gonna pick somebody
And
business that's really
who
busting.
is the committee? Who is the
Yeah,
board?
who is
Like who?
doing the voting?
Yeah, cause y'all just randomly picked this shit. Right. Yeah.
And so it feels good to have people that are complete strangers validate you and trust you and uplift you. And so
Mhm.
I'm getting more validation from the strangers and
Yeah.
loving that,
That's where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I've loved that every opportunity that came from me because there's some people out here, and there's no shade to them, but we gonna call it spade a spade. That there is people who go out of their way to search for opportunity, to clout chase, to do all these things. But everything that I think the universe brings my way, it be authentic because I didn't have to go searching outside of myself for it. And every opportunity is not a good opportunity, but people like to just jump on anything
Mm-hmm.
just to say it will. So I think when things come to you naturally, it's for you.
Yeah, so that's what I've been letting things do, and it's been working that way. It's like all the resources, and it always looks big to a small person,
Yeah, yeah,
but it just be like, okay, people come helping, and that's what I'm hope happens with my Club Wit, something
yeah.
that I
Tell
want to.
me more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Club Wit, it's a club for single parents.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do in Club Wit is like it's like our own little welfare system amongst each other. I'm trying to make it nationwide.
I love that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so what we're basically doing is like, there's women that are having breakdowns, trying their best. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're working and they get that supplement from childcare,
Mm-hmm.
but it only allows you to work 32, 38 weeks, but you need to be able to work 45 because
Yeah.
to get, proms come in, you got extra bills, the alternator then broke down.
Mm-hmm.
So, or you just need a mental break and you would like to be able to pay a babysitter just to go have a cup of coffee by your
Mm-hmm.
damn self.
Mm-hmm.
Or just have them not in the house for a few hours or whatever,
Yeah.
go to a hotel to just lay down and watch TV and do nothing. Like those things that people don't think that single parents really need to
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah.
And they discredit and discount. So our club will, to be a member, you'll have to be like a sister, like a member,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll have to provide like 6 hours a month, 6 to 12 hours a year to another member for those breaks. Like,
I love that.
yeah. And we help you with rent or stuff that come up. We're not going to give you actual cash because
Mm-hmm.
there are people that will have a payer, something every month
Mm-hmm.
to say, oh, I'm about to get evicted, or
Yeah.
we're gonna actually pay through account numbers and
Yeah.
do
Efficiently. Yeah.
yeah, we're not giving people money to go get their weave bust down to their ass, shit like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
and so we're also, with that being said, also we're also gonna have virtual classes that provide financial literacy,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
help people tap into their natural talents to learn to make extra money outside
Yeah.
of work,
Yeah.
um and just have like classes or group meetings and like meetings where you can just socialize with people that are in the same boat,
I love that.
you know.
Kudos to you for that because it's so imperative. One of the things I'm appreciating about Black people, and especially like the minorities that's displaced with like financial like disparity, is that we show up for our own. And so that example is that like, yes, we be appreciative of whatever come across our desk or whatever support we get, but sometimes it be your very own, knowing exactly what your struggles is and what you go through and what you need. And when nobody else is to look around, whether it be our own family or, how they say you're going to get all these benefits, but the timeline of it, right?
Hmm.
Them bills still coming on the 1st and the 15th.
Exactly.
So I appreciate that. It shows community, um, togetherness. It's showing intentionality with being able to say that this is a real need. And if y'all won't acknowledge that single parents is all these children have, right? Like if you say our children is the future, then the people who they're sourcing all their dependencies on need to be revitalized.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
can't wait to see what that is, and I can't wait to. Well, I'm no longer single as a very newly, but I'm still in the mix of like support. I'm gonna always be here for a good cause. I'm gonna show up.
Yeah. So it's called Club Wit, and
Yes.
so I'm looking forward to helping people. And one of our first things we're gonna do for the community is we're gonna have just where we just have like our own little Thanksgiving get together.
Oh.
do weaves,
Yes,
nails,
yes. I love
makeup,
that.
give gift baskets and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gathering. So if you're in the Detroit area, I'm gathering hairstylists, nail stylists, makeup artists. And we're getting them. I needed like 6 of each, so we can do at least 100 women's hair and
Yeah.
stuff like
I'll
that.
send you some leads to some folks that I know will be good people to reach out to and connect to. And like that reminds me around the Thanksgiving time, meals with Mouthy. I do like a holiday dinner. Oftentimes we know that people are shut off and they don't have family or resources or the means. Even transportation can be a barrier when it comes to thinking about the
Hmm.
holiday spirit or your mental health, right? Like when you think about holidays, if you lost somebody significant to you, and you think of your grandma dressing or your mama cake, it can really do something to make you want to avoid the holidays altogether. So I just like to create a space where people don't got to worry about their pockets. They don't got to be thinking about what they're going to wear. Just come, be in love, be in feel, get your Billy feel. And if it makes sense for us to collaborate to provide food for your event, we'll make it
I
happen.
was just gonna say, where do you, or do you know where you're gonna do that at this year?
No, not this year. Normally, I rent out my cousin's rental space last year when I did it, but I kind of did like a both and. I was running a program called Breaking Barriers to help trans women find job placement. And so my graduates at the time, when they graduated the program, the organization didn't really want to back me the way that I felt like my girls deserved to be reimbursed. And like, as if it's graduation, let's do it up. Let's make them feel special because they didn't put in 8 to 10 weeks to show up consistently. Let's make it good. So I just kind of combined their graduation with the event, and like it turned out really, really good. But this year, depending on the number, I kind of want to find a space that can accommodate more. It did great, but I feel like I need a little bit more room and a little bit more. I probably do like a hall or something. Find like a good hall in the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So well, I'm looking. I definitely will let you know because I'm looking for places and to rent
Okay.
as well. And
Yeah.
so when I see stuff what's your number? What are you looking to occupy?
You know what? If you gonna have 100 ladies, I would definitely love to be able to feed at least 150 people, right? Because everybody brings a plus one or a little friend here and there, so we can feed like 150 to 200 people. We can make it happen, you know.
Okay.
And even if we don't, at least that'll be the word of mouth where we have this 100 people that be like, y'all know what, y'all should have been there. We got our hair with nails done and we ate, so
Yeah.
we can put out good intentions and the great results will come.
Yeah, and vendors that are willing to help you guys can use that as an opportunity to advertise and expand your business as well. So we are looking for vendors for that. Let's collaborate, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it seems like one of the things that you've been on a journey of, you can correct me if I'm wrong, it's like self care. You're learning practices on how to take care of yourself and like this new journey that you seem to be on. So, what things have you discovered about yourself?
Oh, that's a good question. During this journey, I discovered a lot about myself, and most of it has been here, actually. Um, but I discovered that like that big girl shit. Like
Hmm.
when you realize like all the problems you were going through, they were really your fault.
Yeah,
Like
that's real.
even if like people were treating you bad, is like why didn't I have boundaries?
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that, and then it also taught me not to judge, like because I've
yeah.
been through depression here, this
Hmm.
here, and like I was saying on my Facebook the other day, depression may look like laziness,
Yeah, yeah.
and so it's taught me not to judge. It's just so my journey, I felt like at the end it's kind of created a philanthropist because
Hmm.
now I understand so much about people
Yeah,
because I went through so much and alone to where I had the thought process to think like why is this happening.
yeah, yeah,
So I learned how to think.
yeah.
My journey, it taught me how to think and not be compulsive and when to be compulsive
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
what grieving is really doing to
Yeah.
me. What,
And how to like trust yourself within those decision making processes, right?
mhm.
Like the ability to know that like even if you make a mistake, it's okay because you got the ability to correct that.
Mhm.
You ain't gonna get it all right every single time, you know?
I think I learned like I feel like that's my superpower now, correcting and fixing and like,
Mhm.
so when I go through something now, it's like, okay, I know I'm about to learn something, something's about good about to happen. So
Yeah.
it's a different feeling now
Yeah.
when I go through things. I'm like, oh shit, something good about to happen.
Yeah. I love
So
that cuz I too went through depression, anxiety, and like you don't understand how pivotal mental health is if you have not had that conversation, right? Like you can talk to your friends about sex, you can talk to them about your need for money or your desire of your life dreams and goals. But when it comes to something embarrassing or taboo as girl, I really struggled to get out of the bed today because life was hard. Like, oh, that's too much. I don't want to hear that. But I'm the same girl you could drag out the house to put some clothes on and hit you at
yeah,
the club.
yes,
And so I just been finding myself to be okay with that in this life. If you gonna go through life, you gonna hit a trauma. Something about your life experience is gonna bring you trauma and you're gonna have a reaction to your mental health. And
mm-hmm.
learning these tools now that makes me understand that the affluent is the same. Now I kind of treat the good with the bad, and it's just like I treat it the same. It's a blessing to learn from the lesson that I felt was a bad, right? But
Mm-hmm.
then that good also strengthened me that I have grown past what may no longer trigger me. Hmm.
So yeah, that's basically so to answer your question. Then I guess in this journey, I've learned coping mechanisms.
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
that was never taught by my mom or society. And being a black kid, we
Hmm.
fall. It's like, all right, you okay? Quit crying, get up.
Get your ass up. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like no one ever you helped us cope. Like,
Hmm.
hug, oh, let me see this. Okay, let's wipe it off. It was always, come
Yeah.
on, you good.
Yeah.
And it's like we kind of went through life like that. And then, sometimes you break. Like your
Hmm.
body, like it's not good.
Hmm. I'm hurting.
you know?
Hell, your heart is saying I'm hurting. Your
Yes.
spirit is exhausted. And
Yes.
it's like, why don't nobody care enough to just be a little bit more tender with me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you got to be that to yourself.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
learned all that, not to rely on people to help me heal or to care about me feeling sad or to acknowledge it or see it. Like that's all on me, you
Yeah.
know. But even though I've learned to be that way with myself, I'm still don't want to be that way with everybody else.
Yeah. You know what's been very even that, right? That inner perspective of how people have been or what experience I had to go through, it helps shape how I parent now.
Mm,
Like with my 8-year old, I enjoy being softer to her, not policing her, being a little bit more patient. And it's like, to me, I don't even know how to turn it on. It's just one of the things that I'd be like, I want to talk from a place of love because I may not have always been talked in that tone, and that tone was intimidating for me. So I don't want to pass that on to my child to where now she feels like she can't talk to me about
mm-hmm,
something, you know?
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. This journey has definitely helped with my parenting because I apologize to my kids, like
Yes, yes.
all of that stuff I probably would never, and I have started over. So I have older kids and then I
Yeah.
have younger kids. So I have
Hmm.
a, 24-year-old, then I have a 10-year-old, a
Okay, come
6-year-old,
on.
and a yeah.
Period.
So, but my 24-year-old, she validates me a lot. She's always like,
Mm,
I'm so glad you raised me the way you did. It's kind of even hard to be friends with people because they are just not
yeah,
okay. They
yeah.
don't understand. I have my little daily, routine. I go to the gym, I read my books, I drink my coffee, and she
Hmm.
be like, "What's wrong with y'all?"
Yeah,
So,
yeah, no, for real.
so
That's
you
so
know,
vital.
yeah. So I've learned that it's up to me to make me okay. The people that hurt you are not gonna
Yeah.
validate your pain.
Yeah, and they're not gonna admit to it. You know, we all have the ability to cause harm, and depending on where you're at in your journey, how you've been brought up, and really what's your motive, right? Like, because some people, as much as they don't want to admit it, a lot of people in the human experience is more jealous than they need to fess up to. It's like, damn, you really found love, or like you really got over that pain, or you still here, like God is still taking favor over you. How is this possible, right?
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
so that's one of the things.
It's
But
crazy that you say that.
yeah, no, no, it's real.
It is.
I used to be so resentful of like people who I felt like should be clapping for me that wasn't clapping for me. But it's like they can't see past their own reality. How do you expect them to be happy for you? And everything you seem to share seems like a blessing. But that's because I'm one of those people that have put the blunt of the pain on myself, and I won't come around you until it feels good for me to be in good spirits because I never want to take that out on somebody who don't deserve it. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's kind of how I am too. That's a they say that's a Virgo thing. Like you guys go into shell when you guys
Hmm.
are struggling. I'm like maybe that's good. You don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah, yeah,
share in that
yeah,
energy and that aura, but yeah, that's kind of been my journey here, and it's a good thing. But it's also made me still want to help people that to help
yes.
people with their coping skills.
Yeah. So I'm big on like manifestations and putting things out into the world. What is some of your short-term goals that you would love to accomplish, let's say by next year or something?
Okay, so by next year, I would like for the business that I just launched to expand.
Congratulations.
And have all the necessities for it.
Mhm.
Right now, I'm saving them,
Mhm.
and by next year, I'd also like to have at least 100 members in Club Wit.
Yeah. I love that intentionality. I'm manifesting a really like heal, healthy, joyful future. I want to strengthen my own personal relationships. I want to have authentic friends. I want to
Mm.
travel more. I love to travel. Um, and I want my podcast or even my media company to have a consistent demand, but not a oversaturating, exhausting kind of pull on me in
Mhm.
life. Yeah, like a beautiful balance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is hard to do because
Yeah.
you want it to pick up, but you like when it does.
You
Okay,
I need help. Oh, I'm doing everything wrong.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, that's what
No.
I experienced with my the thing my documentary that we know as
Hmm.
transition. I'm like, okay, this was a little more than I thought it was gonna
Yeah,
be.
yeah, yeah.
Edited 15 hours.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
so yeah, you gotta take it and learn your pace and learn the balance so you can
Yeah.
still enjoy the journey and stuff like that. And I
Okay.
love the travel. Where you going?
Um so no, for real. There was something about Cuba on the table, but I think I might wait, but I definitely want to take Bay somewhere warm for February, so somewhere tropical. Um
Perfect time to go
Yeah, and
because it's
next
so
month, I
cold
don't
here.
know
Yeah.
where the trip possibly may be, but we'll see.
Have
Yeah.
you been to California?
N- Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have. Um, I think it's beautiful, but I haven't been to LA, and I guess that's the place I'm always shooting for every time. Um, but sometimes I always land in San Fran, so it's like,
Okay.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with it, but I just be like, I want to go to LA so bad.
Yeah, so hopefully if you go to LA, I can show you around. Maybe I can
Yeah.
try to go there and show you all. Yeah, because the food, the Mexican food, you're gonna love
Okay.
it. You're gonna love it. So
Okay.
I got to
Period.
show you. But LA is beautiful, and you'll love the beaches and the foothill mountains and stuff. You
I
got to
love
get
that.
there. But yeah, I definitely want to network more with our clubs, and even if we don't put them together, I want to
Yeah.
help volunteer with you with the
Yeah.
feeding
Same.
around Thanksgiving. You
Whatever you
know,
need. I want to point you to the people that can help and support your mission because that's a beautiful mission to have. And yeah, I just love supporting people who I love. Go after their goals. It's trying and like doing it. It's a reason, right? Like we were able to come into this for whatever reason, and I want to be a great vessel to support you in your endeavors.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
same here,
yeah.
same here. And I think that there are no such things as coincidences. So
Mm-hmm.
we definitely will use each other
Yeah.
for it
Connect.
for what we were meant to connect for. And I like I said, I am building my network here in Detroit. I know people, but I want to get to know
Yeah.
way more
Yeah.
people. And then I also like 4 or 5 shows back, I did an interview with a trans man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know if I'm saying it right because she corrected me a lot. Uh, it, you can correct me too.
Okay. Okay. It depends on the person, right? But go ahead.
But she kept saying you saying it wrong. But I was like, okay, girl.
So
She was
it
cool.
okay, it could be a trans woman or it could be a trans man, depending on how they was born at birth.
I
So
think he was born a male, but he
it probably
addressed
was a female presenting as a female.
yes.
Okay, and you was misgendering as like he saying he.
He refers as she. So I don't. I
Yes.
was saying it wrong or right. I'm not
No,
sure.
I think you were saying it right. If
Okay.
she identifies as she, then you saying it right, even
Oh,
if she was born male at birth.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm still. I was like, that's what the show is about to teach
Yeah.
me. But
Yeah.
I want like with her. I wanted to help her because she has like she's her job of choice is she's on the streets
Yes.
and she's doing drugs, but she wants think that they relate to me like as a friend, but I can't relate enough to help them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like with that, like, I don't know um if what you do kind of helps with stuff like that as well. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
So, trying to do the breaking barriers, and then that kind of like went to a stall. But one of the things I'm looking forward to working on is a fund called the Asia Davis Fund that's named after my friend who was like that. One of the girls who got murdered last year by a young man. Like violence is very prevalent in my community just because we get killed just for existing. And um what they do sometimes is even we have to hustle. Like I don't care what your hustle is, whether you have a 9 to 5 or your body is your 9 to 5. If that is your lucrative way of making money, then that is. And like
Hmm.
sex is natural and sex work is a job. And so my best friend was a sex worker. I never most gorgeous girl you could ever see. Um entice any man, but it didn't take away from the value that she didn't deserve to die, right?
Mm.
And so even in addiction, these people's lives are still valuable even if they can't get past that
What they're going
disorder.
through,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so the Asia Davis fund is going to be this way of me being able to resource them to get what they need, right? Like if you need your hotel room covered, or because if it's survival sex work and I can't think about my next meal, or I can't think about, you're telling me get a job, but I have
That's
to,
a 7-day wait or maybe 14
yeah,
for me to eat. And then in
yeah,
the meantime, I'm there every day hungry
yeah.
and
But while this guy is
yeah.
fetishizing me and chasing me down and hitting my line, yeah, I'm gonna go get what I need to get through the day.
And that, it's like people don't understand reality. Like everybody don't got a mama to call or
Mhm.
something. Like,
Mhm.
that's why I started my club as well. Cause I'm like, I thought about what if everybody couldn't do what I do? Like when
Mhm.
they get that pay or quit or when they finna, whatever happens and I
Yeah.
go dance, do a double shift,
Yeah,
come
yeah, yeah.
home with the rack.
Yeah.
What about those girls that can't do that?
Mhm. Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like, we judge a lot and then we talk about welfare, they on well, okay, well, what do you want them to do?
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
and that's the thing about me, right? Like a lot of people in my community, they look at me as this like poster child or put me on a pedestal, but it's like, girl, I'm from the same hood. I ain't nothing changed. Like, yes, I didn't learn how to speak a little language or code switch, but I get in a bitch ass real quick if I need to. I'll hustle however I need to, but it's about learning your niche and learning how to make money off of it and give yourself a realistic timeline. We not saying if you really like fucking, okay, let's see how we can apply this to OnlyFans. Let's see how we can make money in a way that gives you a little bit more safety and give
Mhm.
yourself a timeline,
Mhm.
because we know in all industries, especially in Hollywood, whether you act, sing, dance, it's gonna come a time as a woman that they're gonna start being like, you're a little too old, you shouldn't be doing this. And it's just like, well, if this been my source of income for 10 years, get up on there with this
Now
game. I
what?
don't, yeah,
Exactly. And yeah, and that's in that, like you said, in that in any industry where you use your body or your
yeah.
beauty to make money, it's coming. That is
Mm
coming.
hmm. Mm hmm.
And then what's next? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Yeah. So it's great to have met you and be able
It's
to network with
same.
you. And we're gonna exchange, well, we already got each other numbers,
Yes, we
but
do.
we're gonna go further, hopefully maybe have
Yes,
lunch one day
I'm here.
and get down to the nitty
I'm here
gritty
because
and
I'm rebranding myself. I'm learning how to redo. I'm never afraid to just like start from scratch and do it all over again.
mhm.
What's the worst can happen? Yeah,
Nothing
you
at
can only
all.
get better.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And just the foundation is already there. You just, remodeling a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
So
Yeah, and I'm excited to learn more about your story. So I'm be tuning in to your show and supporting and turning the people on to you.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Same here. We can, and I hope, like I said, I hope that we do good networking in the future. And this is Miss Mouthy, y'all.
Hey y'all, let's Detroit. Period.
Okay, what up though?
Okay.
And we will see each other again soon and
Yes,
talk
very
about our
soon.
future endeavors. And Thanksgiving is coming soon, so we definitely got to get together soon because
Yes, yes,
this
yes.
time I think they're playing with it, but it's going by fast.
That's good. Thank you. It was an honor to be here. You're such an amazing host. Keep doing
Thank
what you're
you.
doing.
Thank you.
You're gonna go far.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Same,
Thank you.
same. And let's do it, girl. Let's get together and make
Mhm.
some moves.
Okay. How you in yours? How you in your show?
Well, I say thanks for watching.
Okay,
This is the
period.
D for the Week show. You guys don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment below. We love to hear from you guys. And if there's something you like to be on the D for the Week show for, like, something you like to see us discuss or something that you like to discuss with us, comment below and we'll get you started on that.
I love that. I need to start seeing more of comment and share and subscribe. But it's your girl, Miss Mouthy. Even when you what? Don't see me, you hear me. Till next time. Bye.
Peace. Thanks for watching, y'all.